For Crema Media's Polity, I'm Sane Dlamini. Researcher and analyst Professor Raymond Suttner joins me to discuss reclaiming agency in a choiceless democracy. Welcome, Professor.
Morning.
Are you not exaggerating the extent of disillusionment and cynicism that voters may feel about the ruling party?
I haven't done a survey. I'm not Ipsos or Markin or Institute of Race Relations, but I just read what's in the newspapers and listen to what people are saying, and a lot of these people have been active in the struggle, and a lot of people who are voting ANC are very unhappy with the ANC, but they don't want to vote DA, they don't want to vote EFF, although some of them may well vote EFF. But so what's happening is their vote for the ANC is not a vote of enthusiasm if they're voting for them. That's what I'm picking up, but it's that is impressionistic, but it is borne out by polls, because the polls seem to go up-down for the ANC. The moment I think they're supposed, some polls say they're going to get 55%, but it appears that Ramaphosa may be more popular than the ANC itself. But even Ramaphosa, you have people cynical about them. You know, there's an article on News 24 last week where someone says, why is Cyril Ramaphosa always shocked about things which people know very well? Like he gets on a train and it's delayed for 3 hours and he's shocked. And it happens all the time to people. So so a lot of ANC supporters don't have a high level of trust, respect and things like that for the ANC. It's my impression from what I see, what I hear, and but it doesn't necessarily translate into low voting performance. But I think it's possible that the ANC won't get 50%, although polls seem to indicate that they will get more.
And why are you using the concept of choiceless democracy?
This is quite interesting. I don't know where I got it from exactly, although I've seen it used by Adebayo Olukushi, who used to be heading Codesria, the Council for Social Sciences in Dakar. I saw an article by him referring to it. It refers to a situation where you do not have a single party that you want to vote for. So people who say vote them out, they may think that the DA is a really good option, but a lot of people have an almost visceral reaction against the idea of voting DA. Cannot stand the DA. I'm one of those who, although I do respect one or two people in the DA, I can't, the idea of becoming a DA member or something, even though I'm very unhappy with the ANC, I can't think of supporting the DA. Also, a lot of people find the EFF something that they are afraid of. They fear violence because the way in which the EFF uses threats is ambiguous. They sometimes say, well, we meant it this way. They also resort to racism, anti-Indianism and a number of other things. They've come out against xenophobia, but then some of them have also been xenophobic at times. So they're not also... I was talking to someone yesterday about Chris Hani and saying when Chris Hani was in, I think it was Commissar or Chief of Staff, and he would go to the camps in Angola, he wouldn't stay in separate quarters for officers. He would stay with the ordinary soldiers, eat the same food as them, things like this. And this person was saying to me, the EFF, who say they are revolutionaries, their leaders are not living like the ordinary masses. They are living in a very different way. So I think people feel there is nothing to choose from that matches what they would like to see South Africa become. And that's why it's choiceless democracy. A lot of people said when I wrote this on social media, they said this expresses exactly what they think. So it does resonate with people. I'm not sure where it comes from because it didn't come out of my head.
You also refer to the problem of South African democracy as being its focus on elections and the choice between parties that all lack legitimacy. Is the use of this word not inappropriate?
Yeah, you know, the word legitimacy is associated with Max Weber. It refers to authority that has a moral basis, or it refers to authority because he sees authority as different from power. And we're in a situation where, if it's correct to say we have choiceless democracy, whoever gets elected is not a choice that one has. It's just that you have decided either not to exercise your vote or to exercise your vote for that party that is least repugnant of all the others. So no party really meets the needs of a lot of people. And why I will say it's illegitimate is that the ANC was elected as the party of the poor, having as its mantra that its base was the poorest of the poor, the marginalized, etc., etc. Yet, in the whole of the 9 years of Zuma's presidency, but even before that, in varying degrees, they acted in a way that was contrary to the interests of the poor. The money that was diverted for Nkandla was money meant, in some respects, for poverty relief. All this corruption that's coming up in the State Capture Commission relates to resources that could have been used to make life better for the poor. The collapse of medical services is not because of foreign migrants, but it's to do with contracts and procurement that has been led to diversion to private pockets, but illegal diversion, but also mismanagement, because they have not really applied their minds to it in good faith with a view to bettering the lot of the poor.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
That was Professor Raymond Suttner speaking to Crema Media's Polity about reclaiming agency in a choiceless democracy.